Absolutely, and one of those rivers is the Amite River in Denham Springs, Louisiana. That's where our own field correspondent John Van Pelt is. And John, it's still pretty waterlogged out there behind you.
Yeah, hey guys, hey Joe, hey Nick. The good news is today the water has gone down. It crested about an hour ago, I guess, at what was supposed to be 46.3 feet. We'll know that in just a little bit. But still, all these homes back behind me and all over town have been inundated for now almost a full day. It has been a terrible time. We've gotten to talk to some of the citizens from around here. One of the people who just lost her home today, or late yesterday actually, is Belinda Minton from here, and this is what she had to say about the experience she's had so far.
I was here in the 83 flood, and it was nothing compared to this. Yesterday it started rising, coming up into our door, so I told my husband we probably need to get on out. We called for rescue, and it started coming high, so my husband got the truck on the other side, and me and my son got in the water, and it was already chest deep by the time we got to the river. We got out and we got to my mother's, and we staying there, and now her house is flooding. So what we have on is what we have. Thank God Albertsons is open for us to get some water. We can't even take a shower. We built a campfire to boil water. That's what we've been drinking and to make our coffee. We gotta have our coffee. Yes, sir. Gotta have our coffee and our Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's the simple things like coffee and Coke that can make all the difference in the world when your world is turned upside down like it has been for these people here. She mentioned Albertsons, and yes, again, today they are open. So people here in Denham Springs are able to get supplies, guys. They're able to get the water. There's actually some free bottled water out front. We haven't seen any problems with the citizenry as far as an infrastructure standpoint. The power from most of the town that we can tell stayed up last night. We were in the parking lot of the Napa Auto Parts just down the road. They did lose power. Parts of the town have lost water pressure, so there's no water coming out of the sinks. Like she said, can't take a shower, can't flush toilets. So that bottled water is very important at this point in time. And so far, though, we've seen the citizenry holding together pretty well.
And John, I see, behind you looks pretty devastating there with all the water continuing to, to flow right behind you. You did mention earlier that there's no way in, no way out yesterday. Is that still the case today? And if so, how many people are still stuck in that area, roughly?
Yeah, Nick, we don't know how many people are actually here in town. And you can see that line there, that 650 on there earlier was 650 this morning, and then the line goes into the water and it says 1830. 1830 was 6 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So the water has dropped a lot in just the last few hours. Once it crested, it began to drop quickly, but we're thinking it's going to be maybe a half a day or so before the roads are clear enough for us to get out of here. Brandon Clement is trapped in Walker. We're trapped here in Denham Springs. All over Louisiana, this is the situation. If you do not have to drive, do not drive, because water is all over the roads, and we don't even know. We can see where this water, the road curves behind me. It wasn't curving yesterday, so I'm assuming the pavement is gone where we see that little curve in the water.
Well, pretty dire situation out there, John. We, of course, thank you for being on the scene. Of course, residents trying to pick up the pieces. We'll be talking to you throughout the morning in Denham Springs, Louisiana. So, John Van Pelt, of course, thank you there. And we continue to monitor that flooding there.
We do. Our hearts go out to everybody out toward Louisiana that is affected by the floods, also in surrounding areas, too. And we'll be having a lot more information. In fact, we're going to be taking a press conference here in about 25 minutes or so. Stay with us here on Weather Nation.